What is going on, everyone? Today is Thursday, December 18th. This is a pull day, so we're gonna hit some back, some biceps, and I didn't record the shoulders, but we did some dumbbell shoulder lateral raises as well too. But we started off the day with some pull-ups, body weight. I remember back in the beginning of the year, anywhere from January all the way to May, maybe even June, where I could barely do one pull up on this type of grip. Now, as you can see, I'm not doing them quote unquote perfect form pull ups because my feet are not in front of me and I'm not leaned back and my chest is not coming all the way to the bar. But I still feel like I'm getting some lat activation, maybe a little bit shoulder in here. But I still felt it in my back, and I'm proud of the progress that I've made over the whole year in bodyweight pull-ups. I mean, soon enough, I'm gonna have to end up doing some weighted pull-ups. But these are the type of pull-ups that I was able to do the first part of the year with this type of grip, where I was able to do 10 clean ones. Now, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like the only reason these are easier to do than the other grip, the wider grip, is because I'm using more of my biceps to pull me up. These I could do 10 clean ones before, and then it would drop down to about 8 and 6. Now I'm only doing 6 here, but I'm also going a lot slower. And it's the end, it's the third set of the pull-ups in this workout, so I was pretty tired. And here we're gonna go ahead and do our second workout, the lat pull downs. Now, as you can tell, I got a super wide grip on this one, and I'm not stretching all the way up because I'm really trying to engage my lats. I have a hard time finding that rhythm and that muscle mind connection with my lats when I do these. And I used to do them where I would stretch all the way up and then have a tilt with my back coming all the way down. And I've had a lot of people tell me that that's incorrect. I'm not doing my lat workouts correctly. You know, zero reps on that set, things like that. So I'm trying something different. I necessarily didn't feel my lats any more than I normally do. You can see here Eric, my workout buddy, is touching my lats, trying to get me to engage them. And I really didn't feel them. I try to move my hand position a little bit more inward and still have a little bit more stretch. Again, I mean, I'm sure I'm getting some type of workout. Not the best for lats, I feel like, but I'm trying. I mean, if you guys have any types of tips or tricks to try to engage your lats more on this type of workout, let me know in the comments below, because I'm really looking for some tips to help me. I know that, thinking about keeping your elbows to your, pockets and things like that and coming down, I've tried that. Maybe this workout is just not for me. Not every single workout's going to be for everybody, and maybe this one's just not for me. Maybe I just got to give this one up. And now I can ego lift this about 170 now, where I used to could not do that. So I know I'm doing some progress. I don't swing a lot when I do the 170, but I do have a little swing to it. And I know people don't like that. So we'll see. We'll see if I keep that in there. See if you guys give me any tips. This one right here for the mid back, upper back, I feel like that's where I feel the most on this machine with this type of grip. I really like this one. It's the chest supported row here with this machine. When I started doing this machine, I would disconnect my body from the chest support pad and I would swing back. So I've learned that I can't do that on these. I have to stay more stationary. I still want to be able to lean forward and get that good stretch on my back when I lean forward. So I'm still doing that. But as you can tell right here, I'm not having a huge swing where my belly or chest is coming away from that pad. So I'm proud of the progress we made on these as well throughout the year. And I know I can do heavier on this machine as well too, but I really want to focus on doing it slow, having a better form, and really focusing on feeling my back versus just feeling, the heavy weight, which I still do that. I like to do movements where I'm really just pushing weight and not focusing on form. I think that's very important in my opinion, that you need to focus on days where you're just focusing on pure form and days when you're going hardcore and just trying to push as much weight as you can. And as you can see here, Eric is trying to get my shirt out of the way so we can see some muscle definition. I still got a little bit too much fat on me, but it's cool to try to see if I'm building any muscle and see if you see any kind of definition. So that's why he was doing that. Now we're going to move over to biceps. This is the first time that we do a bicep with the wall behind us. We've been focusing on form here lately with bicep versus just trying to swing the weight and using a lot of front delts where our elbow and shoulder is coming across our body. That's what we're focusing on, having that elbow really touching that wall and just focusing on the movement upward, and that really burned. Then on this one, we were focusing on having our elbows tucked into our body and just again doing the normal bicep curl without any kind of swinging motion or anything like that. A lot of these movements that we've been doing in the last 2 months have been focused more on doing it the right way. And as we go, we're learning. You know, I'm only 2 years into weightlifting. Eric is a year into weightlifting. So we got a long way to go, a lot of things to learn. And this was the second week of my bulk on this workout here, and I felt strong, I felt good. And I know I just said that we're focusing on form, but during the bulk, being that I'm eating more on a surplus, I want to make sure that I'm pushing a lot harder than I was during my cuts when I was eating only 1600 calories. So I want to take advantage of that extra strength that I'm going to have and push more weights. And this is the last set that we got for the day. So guys, I appreciate you that watch, that comment, that like the video. So if you haven't already, go ahead and comment down below. Let me know how your workouts are going. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. We're almost at 100 subscribers. I really appreciate everyone that watches. And I hope everyone has a wonderful Christmas. Enjoy the holidays, spend it with your family. Merry Christmas, everyone. We'll see y'all next time.